Hello and welcome to this computer lesson. Today I want to discuss with you how to create a table in a database, and in this case we are going to use a database created in MS Access. In that case we are going to create a table, then I will go ahead and populate it with information. Then we will see how query, which is an object in MS Access, can be used to search that information in the table and show you result of exactly what you need. For example, I can create a table with a list of competitors who participated from a certain school in different sports. Then I'm only interested with female competitors. So in that case, I will engage a query to go and search the table and return results only for the female competitors. In that case, you will be using the query to do the search and return the results. And remember, the results from the query looks exactly like a table because it has columns and rows. To better understand this concept, I will go ahead and show you how to create a database, a table, and finally we will do the query in MS Access. I will come here and just search by writing the word access. Then I will open MS Access. I will go ahead and choose blank desktop database. Here, don't double click, just tap once or click once like that so that it brings this window. And I will specify the name of the database. Let me just call it senior school. Senior school, that is the school which is producing the competitors in different competitions. The next thing, I want to choose where to save this database. I want it on the desktop. So I will go ahead and choose here and specify desktop. And I will just click OK. Now you can see the name of the database is here, and where it will be saved is on the desktop. I will click create now. When this window opens, you'll see a first table here, table 1 created for you, but now you have to go and save this table and give it a different name. So I will go here and click save, and now it will ask me which name do I want to give my table. I want it to be called competitors. These are people who participated in various sports and got some points. Now you can see here my table is there, competitors, and the name of my database here is senior school. I will go ahead and specify the columns for this table. As you can see here, the table has only one column called ID, and I want to specify other columns. To do that, I have to switch to the design view. Right now you can see here we are in datasheet view. We have to switch to design view, and you can see in the design view that is where we can add any number of columns we want. I want to change the name of this first column to competitor ID, so I will just write here competitor ID. Okay, and it is advisable to always ensure that the names of the columns in a table, in a database, don't have spaces. That makes it easier when we will be doing other operations such as calculations. It will be easier if a name doesn't have a space. If you have a name with 2 words, you can connect the 2 words using underscore, the way you can see here. I will go ahead and create the second column. And remember, this one is auto number, meaning it will be listing 1, 2, 3 in that order automatically. I will not be typing competitor numbers. Each time I add a record, it will be increasingly giving an integer number to each row. For the first name, I will go with short text, and for the last name likewise, short text. Date of birth, of course this one must be date or date and time, this one. Then the class where some of my competitors will be coming from. I want to maintain this as a number. And gender, I can maintain it as text. The city where these students live, that can be short text. And the points code, that will be a number. Now I want to specify how dates appear. You know, we have different date formats. You have to specify to use the most convenient format. So I will click the field for the date of birth, and down here you can see field properties. Under format, I will go ahead and choose here the format which is easier to read. I'm going with this. I am going to choose this short date or just medium date. Remember, you have to click the field, then you specify the format down here. So I will save these changes and choose here datasheet view, so that you can now see I have now several columns where now I can enter my data. I will go ahead and specify the data type or the font. So I will just click here and specify Arial and press enter. I want to use Arial font, and also I want to reduce the size to 10. I will go also ahead here and expand my row so that I have a bit wider row, as you can see here. So remember, this first column is auto number. I will not type anything here. I will go ahead and add the members to this table. The first competitor is Ami Denise, and the date of birth 16 Jan 2009. This is the format for the date which we specified, which is easier to read and is coming from class 6, and she is a girl from London, and her total points is 67. When I click the second row and type, automatically you'll see here auto number will be adding for me number 2. So the second person is David Hawk, and born 20th March 2010. In class 5, a male from Leeds with 48 points. click here and add the 10th person, Tony Scully, born on 13th September 2008 from class 5, and he is a male from Bristol City with 57 points. So you can see I have a table. You can go ahead and save the changes here. And this table has a lot of information, but sometimes maybe you are only interested with part of this information, not everything. So in that case, you will have to search this table using a query. And to use a query, first you have to create the query. So I will go ahead and create a query. I will close this table, and it is always here. You can still open it from here. To create a query, first you click create. Whenever you want to create anything in MS Access, just click create. Then I will choose query. Under queries, I will choose query design. Don't go for query wizard, it has a lot of steps. So you just choose query design by clicking. Now when this show table box appears, you are supposed to add to this query whatever is in this box. So the table competitors is already selected. I will just click add, then close this box. And you can see all the columns in my competitors tables. So here I am free to choose which columns to appear in the result. Even if I want one column, it will show. So I will go ahead and click competitor ID. I want it in my result. Then I only want first name. I don't want last name. And I am also interested in the class where these competitors are, and also gender is very important. And I'm not interested with the city at the moment. I am only interested with the points they scored. So you can see in our query, I am only choosing the columns I want. The ones which I don't want it to show, I don't select them down here. So I will go ahead and run this query here. And you can see the result of a query looks like a table, but only with the columns I specified. So from here you can see I have a list with competitor ID, first name, class, gender, and the points they scored. But these points are not arranged in order. You can see the first person with the point should be at the top. So I will go ahead and switch back to the design of this query to bring me here. This is the design view of the query. And to do that, I will come to this column called sort. There is a row which moves like this, so I want to sort according to points. So I will just move with this row, sort row, and choose here. I want to sort descending, that is from largest to smallest. It is called descending. Ascending sort is from smallest to largest. Descending sort from largest to smallest. So after specifying descending in the column points, I can run it again, and this time you can see the points are arranged in order from the one with the highest value to the lowest value. So this is a query which I will go ahead and save and call it list. I can even call it winners list. Winners list. And click OK. And you can see it is here. I can close it and I can open it again. So in future, when more people will be added to this table, this query will not be modified. It will remain like this. It will remain like this. So whenever it is clicked, it will be showing the list of competitors from the person who scored highest to the person who scored lowest. Now that is the first query. The next query I want to make, I will just click create, then come to query design and still add a table and close. So in this second query, I want competitor ID and I want first name, and I'm interested in the class they come from and their gender and the total points scored. The other columns I don't want. So in this query, I want only female competitors. And in that case, I will come to this row under call criteria here, criteria under gender, and specify here F. It will only choose the competitors with F in the column gender. So in that case, they will only be female competitors. Remember, it is under criteria row, that is where I am specifying. So I will run this, and you can see I only get the female competitors because the query helped me to specify F, and only F is brought forward for me. So I will go ahead and save this as female competitors, and I will close my query. I can as well create another one, add my table. This time I want only people from maybe London, so I am interested with competitor first name, their class, and maybe gender, and the city they come from, and I want the points also. So remember, now I want people from London only. Under criteria, I will just come under city and type London, and no spelling mistakes are accepted. If you do a spelling mistake, you will not get the result you are looking for. So after typing London under city in the criteria row, I can run it, and you can see only people from London are brought forward. So I will go ahead and save this and call it London competitors. London competitors. Next, I want to create another query. Whenever you want to open this query, you just double click it like this, then you get your result. Next, I want to create another query, and this query, I want people who are born. Let me just add the columns. I want competitor ID, first name, and of course date of birth. I want to know their class and only their points. This time I want people who are born after 2008. Anybody who was not yet born by 1st January of 2008, I don't want them. So here I will come to my date of birth in the criteria row, here under date of birth. I want dates which are 2008 or above. Anybody who was born before 2008, I don't want that person. And to specify that, I will just use this operator, that is for greater than sign and equal sign. So I'm looking for somebody who has a date of birth which is greater or equal to 1st January 2008. 1st January 2008. Then I will run this query, and you can see all these people were born in 2008 or after, because their date of birth is greater in terms of value. Those one who were born in 2007 and below, they are not specified in this query. I will go ahead and save this as competitors. And you can see we don't have somebody in class 8 or class 9. So that is how simple it is to create a table and queries to search the table in MS Access. Thank you for participating. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.